The personal social environment. The personal social environment is the sixth determinant area of importance for the ability and wish to participate in working life, and is part of the determinant sphere of social inclusion and social support for a sustainable working life for all ages. In order to experience well-being, the social beings we call humans need a sense of community and to be part of a herd. The need for caretaking with support, food, a place to live, or help when injured or ill is fundamental. The experience of being left out of the community or the pack can create a stress reaction, since it's deeply unnatural to us. It was a threat to our survival to be left out of the security of the pack. Therefore, the sense of community is a necessity to us, and we want to be part of the pack or community. Social participation is important, both in working life and in this personal social environment. Because life is more than work. We can change career paths, quit working, but we still need social participation. Therefore, the sense of community in the personal social environment is very important to maintain. In order to experience well-being, we need a healthy personal life with social participation and a sense of community outside the workplace, and a leisure time that provides rest, relaxation, and time for recuperation, where we, in a secure social environment, can stock up on new physical and mental energy. Because in order to reach one's goals and achieve success, we need both hard work as well as socialization, stimuli, rest and relaxation. Even if the wage model is based on work and working life, we cannot disregard the significance that personal life and leisure time has on being able to and wanting to work. Many ambitious people, both in sports and in working life, know that hard work is needed in order to achieve success. But what sometimes is forgotten with a devastating consequence is that rest and leisure is vital if one strives to be successful. This applies no matter what goal, and is very important for a sustainable working life for all ages. There are no definite boundaries between working life and personal life, and they often affect each other. Often aspects of the personal life come across our minds during working hours. For example, an argument with a partner or teenager, not forgetting to get a new raincoat for the 4-year-old since they're going on a date trip tomorrow, worry regarding a relative's disease, not forgetting to book an appointment for a haircut or visit to the dentist, the need to make a copy of a document for the tenants' owners association, or an exercise schedule to manage weight and fitness. Furthermore, we often think about our work in our leisure time. For example, worrying that the train will be delayed and thereby risk being late for the important meeting with the manager, waking up in the middle of the night and having a hard time to fall back asleep because one forgot to send an important email as promised. Impatience and worry that affects one's partner, children, or friends because one is really stressed about a work task. Thoughts in the evening of how a patient, client, or student will manage. The personal life and working life can also influence each other, since some co-workers may become friends, even close friends, while others remain to be just co-workers. Sometimes the task of managing these different parts of an individual's life is called work-life balance, and it can be quite the puzzle to make all parts fit. Furthermore, it involves many people not only oneself and one's family, but also co-workers and the workplace. In a society where the boundaries between working life and personal life dissolve, one needs to keep in order what concerns working life and what concerns the personal life. Treating each other like human beings at work is not the same as being a family. In a family, one can expect that the others are interested and listen to what one has to say regarding personal matters to a larger extent than in working life. Rights and obligations are different in working life and in the personal life. At work, it's possible that someone is interested in one as an individual. However, we cannot expect it. At the same time, people spend a lot of their hours in a day in their working life, and in our thoughts, there are no definite boundaries between personal and work-related matters. This may risk causing confusion and insecurity. Feelings of insufficiency to catch up, cope, and being able to perform to one's best standards, both in working life and the personal life, put an unreasonable demands on ourselves and our surroundings and constitute a large part of the basis for stress and stress-related ill health. Research shows that many couples plan their leisure time and social life together, and this affects their plans regarding work and retirement. Furthermore, many couples retire at the same time, even if they're not born the same year. The average woman spends more time tending to matters of personal life and family, children, grandchildren, aging parents, cleaning, cooking, etc., compared to men in a heterosexual relationship. Older workers usually find it easier to balance their work with family and social matters than younger and middle-aged workers with children living at home. An active and socially satisfying leisure time and personal life can contribute to a wish of leaving working life early in order to spend more time on and having better opportunities of participating in the social community outside work. This especially applies if one does not experience well-being in the social group at work, and if one does not feel a part of the work team or that the manager is interested in their personality. It is important that employees experience security and trust at work and in the workplace. Since the working human being sometimes can be said to have two lives, one in working life and one in their personal life, it is important to make space for both. This is a constant puzzle, but it's important to try to somewhat adapt the organization, working hours, and routines to the everyday life that exists outside the organization or enterprise. For example, leaving children at daycare, hobbies, elderly parents, and other aspects that may affect how we tend to our work, how we focus on our work tasks, but also to our well-being. Avoiding an organizational culture of working overtime, sending mails late at night, and similar habits make it difficult to recuperate between work shifts. Although sometimes employees may need to work overtime or being on call in a crisis. However, at the same time, there needs to be a preparedness to support employees that may experience a crisis in their personal life. For example, if they or someone close to them may be ill, injured, or die, or other types of crises or catastrophes that are a natural part of life. Therefore, a workplace culture that promotes security and trust is beneficial regarding the balance between the employees' focus on working life and on their personal life, depending on their current needs and circumstances. Many of us constantly have bad conscience because we don't feel or think that we do enough to reach our goals, both in working life and in our personal life. We work in order to receive financial compensation like salary, and because our participation in working life gives access to different social insurance benefits from society. We need financial assets in order to provide for our living, eat, and have a place to live. However, for some, working life may feel like a burden or a necessary evil that steals time from the personal life, where one may want to spend their entire life in a social community and when spending time with children, partner, friends, at volunteer work or at club activities. For others, work and work tasks as well as spending time with co-workers, managers and clients, patients, students, etc. are experienced as very stimulating and motivating, and a personal life may be experienced as a burden that steals time from the possibility to be at, socialize at, and achieve at work. The need for balance between working life and personal life is often discussed, as if there would occur a balance or equality between working life and personal life during the years we're active in the workforce during life. However, it's a bit more complicated than that, and there is no such formula between working life and personal life. The balance between work and personal life is an experience and a question of having time to do what one wishes in life, together with the possibility for varying activities, stimuli, and sufficient time for recuperation. To some of us, and during certain times, the personal life can offer a greater possibility for recuperation. However, there's also times and situations where we experience the routines of working life as recuperation from our personal life. It's important to consider and reflect on the balance throughout life, since one will need to spend more time and focus on working life in certain periods of time and in certain ages, and in other times and ages one needs to spend more time and focus on one's personal life. Time for participation in social events and communities outside working life is important to experience well-being. In order to achieve a balance between working life and personal life throughout a lifetime, it's important not to forget one's own needs. Therefore, in certain periods of time in life and in different ages, one needs to spend more time and focus on working life, and during other times spend more time and focus on their personal life. It is nothing but stressful if one tries to achieve a perfect balance between the two every day. Be open regarding your needs for flexibility between working life and personal life. Dare to put yourself and your needs first in order to achieve a balance between working life and personal life in the long run. In order to find solutions, be open to managers and co-workers regarding hindrances at work and in your personal life, as well as your needs and possible solutions to balance working life and personal life. Furthermore, if you have a partner, talk to them regarding hindrances at home and in your personal life in order to find a good solution in working life and try to balance and match the solutions. If you're a manager, there's good reason to consider and reflect on the following. If needed, is there a possibility to take calls, book appointments, or tend to personal matters that are necessary or of great importance to the personal life during working hours? Does the manager, consciously or unconsciously, expect that employees execute work tasks at home or work overtime? Is there a possibility to offer flex time if this is beneficial for the employees and for the organization? Are meetings and mandatory tasks set at times where everyone can attend without reoccurring strain on time for personal life? Create meeting spaces. Personal meetings are important, and so is creating meeting spaces for socializing, even if it does not regard work. For example, kick-offs, after-works, startup meetings, restart meetings, summer parties, Christmas parties should be possible and open to everyone. Create a culture where employees can take coffee breaks or lunch breaks together. Supporting employees and co-workers in balancing their working life and personal life is often a difficult task for managers. Therefore, it's important to consider and reflect on the balance between working life and personal life based on the employees' different needs and their different ages. A father or mother of small children that doesn't sleep sufficiently may not be able to execute the complicated work tasks during a period of time, but may not dare to say so since they risk being perceived as less competent, even if they may need support, to not become stressed, burnt out, and experience fatigue syndrome, or if their lack of sleep may risk severe workplace accidents. An older employee may want more stimuli now that their personal social situation does not contain children to care for. Or maybe their need to care for an elderly parent means that they need to do things at a slower pace. Please take a moment to consider and reflect on the following questions. In performance reviews, do you bring up the balance between working life and personal life based on the employees' different needs and different ages? When evaluating risks in the work environment, do you consider the employee's personal social situation? Does any of your co-workers spend more time tending to work tasks than expected based on the working hours and risking that their personal life may suffer? Does any of your co-workers spend more time tending to their personal social situation than expected based on their working hours and thereby risking that the work tasks may suffer?